Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. On today's episode, let's take a close look at iCloud Drive. Now, previously you may have stored all of your files in the Documents folder. In your User folder and the Documents folder you can create any kind of hierarchy of different folders with project names and put any type of file you want in there. And that's kind of where your documents live. And that's still there and still available, but another option is to use iCloud Drive now for the same sort of thing. Now, if you've already been using iCloud Drive, say with iOS 8, then you'll probably notice folders here for things like Pages, Numbers, Keynote. These are the classic iCloud applications that have been using iCloud documents for a long time. What we haven't seen up until now is the ability to look in the Finder to see what's inside these folders. So I can see here what's in my Pages folder, and this is the equivalent to what I would see if I was looking in Pages in iOS 8 and just going to open a document there. I would see those same files there. So this is the Pages Documents area for iCloud, but now we can see it with iCloud Drive, and the same for any other iCloud Documents application, whether it's Numbers, Keynote, or some third-party app. You're also going to see apps like TextEdit that use iCloud, but there's no iOS 8 equivalent. There's no TextEdit app on iOS 8. So this is only really for sharing between Macs. If I were to use TextEdit to open a document in another Mac, say my laptop, then I would be able to see the same files that are in here in the TextEdit space. But in addition to that, with iCloud Drive, I can also create my own folders like I have here, or just put files here at the main level. So really use it just like the Documents folder and put my own set of folders here and put any file I want into them. I could put images into them. I could put files that don't have a supporting iCloud app, like some design documents or things like that where they don't fit Pages, Numbers, or Keynote. Like I could put Microsoft Word documents in here if I wanted to. Now, your iCloud Drive documents stay in sync with your other Macs. So for instance, here I'm looking at my desktop Mac and I've got the iCloud Drive folder open. I've got screen sharing here showing my laptop, my MacBook Air, which is sitting next to it. And you can see I've got that open also to show iCloud Drive. On my desktop here, my local drive, I've got this testing.txt file. So I'm going to drop this text file into iCloud Drive, and it will appear here in iCloud Drive, and then if I give it just a few seconds, it will also sync over and appear here on the MacBook Air. You can see there it is, and you can even see a progress bar as it adds it. So I've got that now added automatically, and you can see these two folders, these two iCloud Drive folders, which are the same folder, but this one exists on my local drive, this one is on another Mac. They will stay in sync. All the files are really in three places here. They're on my local desktop drive, then they automatically sync to the iCloud Drive server at Apple, and then they sync over to any other Macs that I've got that are using the same Apple ID and thus have the same shared iCloud Drive. So now here you can see my iCloud Drive folder on my Mac, and I'm looking inside the Pages folder here to see what's there. I've got 3 files and a subfolder. And then on the other side of the screen you can see my iPad, and I've got Pages open, and I can see the same documents in there just on the document screen. And if I were to add a new one, you would see it appear copied from one to the other. So let's add one here on the iPad. I'll just create a blank one, put test, and then I will just name it test 2. And then I'll go back to the document screen, and you can see test 2 is there, and if I wait I'll see that test 2 will now go over, it says here updating one document, and it's sending it to the iCloud server, and then once it's in the iCloud server my Mac will recognize that there's a new file there and will update it here, and I can see it's here. There's a little symbol there saying it's not yet downloaded, but if I just wait a few more seconds that symbol will disappear as it syncs to the Mac, and now I've got this file in both places. Now what about outside of the Pages folder? Say I've stored something else on iCloud Drive but not in the Pages folder. I put it in this folder I created called Project A, and it's a Pages document. Well, I can open that by hitting the plus button at the upper left in Pages there, hitting iCloud, and now I can see the entire iCloud Drive including the Project A folder. Select that document there, and it will open up that document. Not only that, it's going to put a link to it here in the Pages folder here, and you can see it adds in iCloud Drive after it. So now when I go back to Documents, you can see that my doc is now listed there. It's got a different color to the name, but it kind of makes it easy to find Pages documents that aren't stored inside the Pages folder. You can almost kind of ignore the Pages folder if you want and just create your own subfolders and then get these documents as you need them. Now another way you can access your files in iCloud Drive is using iCloud.com. You go to iCloud.com, log in with your Apple ID. There's an iCloud Drive icon there. You go in there and you can see not only your Pages, Numbers, Keynote, and other apps folders there, but you can also go into your custom made folders and see those files there. You can even open up these files here in the actual apps on the web side of things. So I can use the Pages web version to open up that Pages document there. Now another thing you can use iCloud Drive for is for supporting documents. So for instance, say I put an image here in my Project A folder on my iCloud Drive. Then on my iPad I want to import an image into a document. So let's go to the test2 document here and put the cursor right there, and I'm going to then hit the plus symbol, and I can see my photo albums here where I can insert an image, and that's as from before. But I've got insert from now. I'll tap insert from and I can see my iCloud files, and I go to Project A and sure enough there's the image there. I can select that one and it will import in. There you go. So without adding an image to my camera roll or bringing it into Photos at all, I can actually bring it in here to Pages just using iCloud Drive. Kind of like you would do it on a Mac if you were using Pages. You could just bring a file in very easily. Now you can also use iCloud Drive to export files. So for instance, say I'm in this Pages document here and I want to share it. I'm going to say send a copy, and it's going to ask me to choose a format. So say I want to send it in PDF format. I can now choose how to send, and you can see I have the send to little folder with an arrow there, and I can select a folder on iCloud Drive and hit export to this location. And I will send it out, and I'll see it actually appear on my Mac after a few seconds. There it is.